All right. I'm going to try recording this with the OBS Studio app instead of the NVIDIA app. And I think I'll play a Battleship game. So if you want to ever filter your ships, you can filter by Battleship. And I've already got my daily bonus for the Normandy. My favorite battleship is probably... I love this German battleship called the Grosse Kurfürst. It's a total tank. This is sort of a pseudo pretend battleship. It's an American battleship. It has really good secondaries. It's really fast. And it earns a lot of credits. And I have 8 days left on my premium account. I'm trying to earn as many credits as I can while I have that. But the Musashi is also a premium battleship. So I think I'll play Musashi game. I'll show you the... it's basically the same thing as a Yamato. However, this is a Tier 9 ship, which lets you sometimes get into Tier 9 matchmaking games, which Musashi against Tier 7 ships is unfair. So the Musashi has 18.1-inch guns, which means that it can overmatch basically everything at Tier 9 and below. And overmatch means that it ignores the angle that it will hit your armor at. So because the shells are so big, they will punch right through the armor of angled ships, as opposed to something like a Bismarck, which has 380 millimeter guns. The Yamato has 460 millimeter guns, and it can punch right through. So we did get Tier 9, which is pretty good. So like I can obliterate these guys right here. Actually, all these guys, pretty much everything. But there's some downsides to this ship as well. It's very slow, really slow turret traverse, terrible anti-aircraft guns, pretty bad concealment. You can see my concealment. I think this should be interesting because you've never watched me play a game, and there's some stuff that I think that you can do, right? You can make your mini map bigger by hitting the control plus or minus button. So I always make mine relatively big, and I make it transparent. I always go into this settings here and make my secondary gun range as well as my detectability range, and then your main battery firing range is automatically there as well. But I want to be able to see, where will I be spotted? Because looking at the mini-map a lot is extremely important. Because if I know if there's a ship out here, for example, it won't be able to see me because it's outside of this radius, right? I am going to follow these guys over to C-cap here. This Mahan is going to try to cap, which is good. And I want us to support him because you want your DDs to be spotting and capping. That's the most important thing. If they spot a ship, then I'll shoot the ship. All right, so we've spotted the Nagato, and I have really long range on these guns. I can probably hit him. Now, another thing that you should probably know about is this aiming mechanism here, which is not going to be on display necessarily right now, but I'll try to talk about it in a minute. Basically, each one of these ticks corresponds to how long the flight time is. So that's a good way to think about aiming. All right, so I'm back undetected. I'm going to use my spotter plane. Try to knock this guy out. All right, so the spotter plane lets me see over that island. And I'm going to see, we'll see what happens here. Looks like he turned in a little bit. Oh, I got a Citadel though, so that's the max damage that my AP shells can do on him, which is pretty good. Now, I can see in C-cap here, it's being capped by the enemy, so there's an enemy DD in this cap somewhere. So I'm going to ping the map, and hopefully someone will either get close to it. I don't know if we have any radar over here. I don't know if the Helena has radar or not. You can see the torps from the DD right there. There he is, right there. So now, obviously, we want to try to shoot him. So I'm going to lead a little bit ahead of him. But if we hit him, we'll reset the cap. And we want to reset the cap. We don't want him to cap. And I missed all my shots, of course. We don't want him to cap. We want him to leave the cap. We have 5 ships over here. We ought to be able to bully him out. Now, I'm going to try to make sure I'm not giving too much broadside. And this scores here is sitting right in our cap. So I'm going to ping the team about him, and I'm going to try to hit this guy who's moving kind of slow. We got about 37 seconds till my spotter plane before it runs out. The Frederick de Grosse has pretty good armor, so he'll probably be okay. Okay, 4,000 damage on him. A lot of good broadside targets for me, though, so that's what I'm looking at. Okay, the Neptune takes out that scores, which is awesome. So, let's see here. See if I can't knock this guy. He's not even moving, so I'm going to aim a little bit below the water line right here. Try to get him. Here's more torps from this DD up here. And then we need to focus on this guy here. Okay, so not a ton of damage on that guy. That's all right. And I want this team to push because there doesn't seem to be a lot of ships on this side. We have the advantage. I want us to push. I'm going to try to hit this guy here. He's not going really fast. You can look at the size of the plume of smoke right here, and that can kind of help you estimate how fast they're going. And I missed it completely because bad shot. I hope you can hear me. I just realized how loud the sound was. All right, you might notice I'm not putting out this fire. That's because one fire is not that big of a deal. And if I put the fire out, I've used my repair. And if I get set on fire again, I could get set on fire multiple times, and I don't have my repair available. So I'm going to wait and just let this burn itself out. If I get set on fire again, if I got 2 fires, I'll put 2 fires out. 2 fires is a bigger deal than 1 fire. And as well, I'm in smoke, you can see right now, but I'm still being spotted because I have a smoke firing penalty. I'm a battleship. I have big guns, and everyone can see when I shoot. So smoke doesn't really help me much. It helps smaller ships. It helps ships that are hiding or that are not firing, of course. But everybody has a smoke firing penalty, and you can look that up probably in various different statistics. You might be able to see it here. All right, a lot of people shooting at me, but that's okay because I'm a battleship. Now let's see if we can knock this guy out. Okay, so I got over penetrations. What does that mean? Well, it basically means that my shells went through the entire ship. Okay, so this destroyer is over here, and it's obviously targeting me. Thankfully, his torpedoes are not super powerful, which kind of saved me a little bit there. But I still don't like taking that many torps. But at this point, I need this destroyer to get in front of me so that he can spot the torp so I can dodge them. I am the biggest battleship in the game right now, and I'm a big target. So this entire team wants to kill us. Now, one thing you can see going on here, we have 616 points to 227. I don't really need to push. I'm going to try to disengage a little bit here because we're winning this game, and we have we don't have any deaths yet. They have 2 kills. This DD has a pretty fast reloading torps, but it missed me. That was a poor shot. Now I just chunked the Nagato, so I'm going to try to finish him off. I'm showing a lot of broadside, but it's a risk I'm willing to take at this point. Try to keep aware of the minimap at all times. Alright, so I'm going to ping this little cluster here because I don't know what they're doing. This team over here ought to be able to handle that guy. Although he's taking ships out as he goes, but I'm going to swing around here. You can see how... Okay, there's the DD right there. Let's kill that guy. I want to kill this Nagato. Every kill that you get, if you look up here, every kill gives you... Or every kill gives you... Like, if I kill a battleship, it gives us 40 points. That's a big deal. I want to get 40 points. And losing the battleship, of course, also hurts a lot as well. I'm leading him. There are better videos than I can give you about aiming. Okay, so 6K. One more volley should do him pretty good. I missed him, of course. Now this DD is probably going to torp me again. Okay, there's one of them. Ping them. I want anyone that can to shoot this guy down. There he goes, turning out. Lead him a little bit. So you can see that like 8 seconds for my shell travel time. Like, what does that mean? Roughly, if a ship is going 20-ish miles or 20-ish knots, you can look at this and you can say, okay, the tick is 10 here, 10 seconds for a 10 tick at 20. Oh crap! This is not good. Every single one of these torps. So that was bad. That was not very well played by me. All right. 38 seconds until I heal. I'm going to try to chunk this guy down right here. He's not going that fast, so I'll aim a little bit above him because he's going away from me. Oh, probably going too slow. Yep. Okay, and he gets a giant chunk on me, so I'm not doing that great at this point. I'm going to try to disengage as much as I can. Another big volley and I'm dead. I'm aware of my heal, so I pop that as soon as it comes up. That'll keep me alive, and I am still spotted. Oh, but we've won. So there you go. So I didn't go very far, obviously, but you can see what I kind of try to do is prioritize ships that are being shot. Not show too much broadside. That DD was the one that chunked me down the most. Let's see what he did to me. So 4th on the team. I didn't get any kills, but I got Dreadnought. What is Dreadnought? Well, Dreadnought is an award. I received damage exceeding 120% of my ship's normal HP from 4 or more enemies, and I survived. So that's good. If you go to a detailed report here, you can see damage received. I took 35,000 damage from torpedoes, and then 17,000 damage from fires. So I took a lot of damage. I took 127,000 damage, which is why I got that award, because that's more than my ship's health. So that's kind of okay. That's kind of what you're trying to do as a battleship. You want to take the damage because you can take the damage and let other people, like the destroyers and the cruisers, shoot the ships because they don't have as much health pool and armor as you. I did 96,000 damage. That's fine. Go here to credits. I made, after all the expenses, 271,000 credits. 995 free experience points, 4,000 amount of XP, which I don't really care about because this is a premium ship. But if I were grinding a tech tree ship, I would care about 4,600 points and 5,700 commander XP points. So, yes, let me stop this recording because I don't think there's anything else to talk about. I might do another one.